Greetings, technology enthusiasts. I am Chandrahas and I am delighted to be here with you representing CyberBrainer. Do you not believe that the technology sector is advancing at an unprecedented rate, making this an opportune moment to acquire the skills that will facilitate your progress? With CyberBrainer, we are empowering you to take control of your own future. At CyberBrainer, we do not merely impart your interests. We assert that information is power, yet it is the application of knowledge that distinguishes you. Our courses are meant to equip you with essential skills, whether you are pursuing data science, understanding artificial intelligence, or delving into cybersecurity. Let us commence the session and seize the future today. Thank you.
We have a tool here that is RBP role-based permission. Role-based permission, it is a customizable method of managing the permissions in the organization. It is a customizable method. Customizable method means now I have created some permissions for my customer in the system. After 1 year, a new person is coming and the new person will get the requirement to change some permissions. I have already created it in the system, right? The new person can go and do the changes in the permission which I have already created. Means it is customizable. It can be changeable. Customizable means time to time, if somebody wants to change, it can be changed. RBP is divided into two parts. Role-based permission is divided into two parts, that is permission groups and permission roles. Permission groups and permission roles. Permission group and permission roles. Administrator, who can be administrator. We can be one of the administrator. Administrator is what? Who is handling the admin part? Admin part. Who is taking as an admin? Who has all access? Right. Who in the system? Either we can be an admin or from the customer side. Anybody can be an admin. What it says? Administrator can also grant permission to role types such as employee or manager. What it says? Administrator can grant the permission. Any administrator can grant the permission to a role. Any role. What role they are saying? Either it can be an engineer or executive manager. Right? After granting the permission, administrator can limit the permission to a specific target group of user. What it means? If I have given a permission, after giving the permission, if I want to control that permission to only a set of group of users. Suppose I have given a permission to the HR team. And in the HR team, I have given the permission. And in the HR team, suppose if we imagine there are two employees who are running the payroll. I can limit some permissions to the payroll executives who are running the payroll. Accessing and running the payroll, is it with the payroll executive? Administrator can limit the permission to a set of group of users. Here, who is the set of group of users? Payroll executive, payroll executives. For running the payroll, what is their requirement? They can able to go and execute it. If I am giving the permission, right? But if I am not giving the permission, can they able to access it? In SuccessFactor, if they want to run the payroll, they should have some permissions, like then only they can able to run the payroll. That only. It is saying administrators can limit the permission to specific target group of users. Got? Now coming into RBP. Again, as I told, RBP role-based permission is divided into two parts. One is permission group and another is permission role. One is permission group and this function. Again, permission group is divided into two parts: granted population and target population. To understand granted population and target population, let's take granted population. Now you are the manager. Rahul, you are the manager and you are located in. Suppose you are located in Germany. Now Germany has 100 employees there. And locally they have 100 employees. To access those 100 employees, I am giving you the permission as an admin. You will be only accessible to employees working in Germany location. Because if your company is also located in France and France is also 100 employees, you cannot access it. Correct? Because France will be having some other HR admin and you are the HR admin for Germany location. In that case, you will be acting as a granted population. I am nominating you for Germany location and you are the person who can do. Who can do what? The changes, modifications and everything in the employee data. Employee data for whom? Employee data for whom you are doing. Particular location. For you, what is the location? For you, who are the target population for you? 100 people. 100 employees from where? Which location? The target population here, it will be to whom you are doing the changes, that is the employees working in Germany. That 100 employees who are working in Germany, that employees will be act as to for whom it can be done. That is the target population. Who is doing this? You are doing it. The manager, the HR matrix manager for that particular company, who can do that is the HR admin of that Germany location. Who is getting means? He is getting the access to handle 100 staff. Yes, exactly. Yes. He is getting the access to handle 100 employees. Those 100 employees will act as a target population. Correct? And for doing the changes, he is being nominated. He will act as a granted population. And what changes he will be doing? He can able to view, he can able to edit, he can able to modify all these changes, he can able to do from his side. For whom he is doing? For that 100 employees in Germany. Got it? That is the understood the difference between granted population and the target population. Yes. And the role. Role means, what is the role means? You have a edit permission, you have a change permission, you have a view permission. That is defined in the role. Again, when I scroll down permission rule is what it defines a set of permissions and grant these permissions to the permission groups or the role types. Again, I will repeat. It defines a set of permission. Some set of permission and grant these permissions and granting this permission to the permission group. All roles such as employee or the manager. Got? You are setting up a permission and granting that permission to a group. And I told you you are running a payroll to executives. Payroll executives are kept in a group that is a payroll group. You are giving a permission to whom? To the payroll group. When you are giving a permission to payroll group, how many people are there? That By default, those permissions will be applicable to them. It means a particular department or particular division, we have to give permission like that. Yes, yes, it can be, it can be, it can be. I am creating a permission role. Permission role is something like creating a set of permissions. Permissions means what if I am giving a permission to you, to what you can view, what you cannot view. Right? You open a screen. When you click on the tab, it will say that you do not have the necessary permission. It means you are unable to access it. Right? Correct? In a simple term, if payroll is there, PMS department is different. Which kind of requirement they have? We have to give permission role for that department. Exactly. Suppose if a payroll guy, why he needs to have a permission for the recruitment. Recruitment means recruitment person will get the permission which is related to the recruitment tab. Payroll guy will not be involved into the recruitment. Yes. Now we have got the difference between the granted population and the target population. And we also understood what is a permission role. Let me go down further. When you go down in the RBP, that is role-based permission, we have 5 configuration tools. When you go into the role-based permission in the admin center, there are 5 configuration tools. First of all, where we can access this RBP tool. Where we can access this RBP tool in the front-end system, right? Admin center. That is in the instance system. Whatever access we are getting. Now are you able to see my screen right now? When you see this screen, this is the front-end system, right? This is the instance system. This instance system which we are seeing here, we need to get the permissions. Where we will get the permissions when you go into the admin center. When you go into the admin center, let me log in. Go into the admin center, scroll down. You have this option section, set user permission. In the admin center, the set user permission is coming only when we are enabling the RBP from the provisioning. If you are enabling the RBP from the provisioning, then only this option will be coming. If you remember, when we started with Introduction to Master, there also I told you from the provisioning what are the things which we need to enable. Language Pack RBP, if you recall. Do you recall? For that also, we need to enable the role-based permission from the provisioning. Once you enable the role-based permission from the provisioning, then only this option will come in the front end. Correct. And now when this option will come in the front end, under this you have the configuration tools. This configuration tool includes permission, group permission role, user role search and user permission. Means 1, 2, 3, 4 and one more. Permission is there. That is called as a managed role-based permission access. This one managed role-based permission, total 5 configuration tools will be there. Once you are getting your super admin, means you will be getting all the 5 configuration tools available here. Now, if any of your team member is joining, a new member is joining in your team. How you'll give the permission? For example, a new team member has joined. Let me proxy this. I will show you. Now I will go to Admin Center. Then I will go to Tools. Then I will go to Now you can see Set User Permission. There is no permissions here. Can you see? Now this is a new member in your team. And this person is not having any permission. Now how we will give the permissions to this new member? That I will show you. If you are a super admin and if you have access to all the 5 configuration tool, how you will give the permissions? I will show you. I will go to a super admin. Here I have one super admin. I'm just proxying to the super admin. And I will click on Now I can go into the admin center. Every time. There is no requirement of going into the admin center because I can directly type, but I am just showing you. Again, I will go here. Now you can see Set User Permission. First permission, second, fourth and fifth, 5. All configuration tools are there. Right. Now after this, I want to check if he has all the access or not. I will again go back. We click on Admin Center. Go to Tools here. And scroll down. you can see all permissions are coming for our next. Can you see here? Earlier permissions were not there. Now you can see the permissions are coming here. Got it how? We have given the permissions. We went into the super admin and we have given the permissions from which tool, that is managed role-based permission access. Now I will again go back into that particular fadmin. And I will click on. And I will again go to directly. I can go manage. Role-based permission access. Now I will go select here. And I will go to, and I'm just removing the position. Got. I have tested it. Testing was successful. And now I removed the permission. Is it clear? In this way, we can able to use this tool. What is the name of this tool? Manage role-based permission access. Manage role-based permission access. Who is having the access for this tool? Super admin and admin. Super admin and admin will be having the access. If you want to add a user to give the RBP permissions, you have to use this particular tool. Then only in the admin center, he can able to get all the access there. Got. Again going back into my Excel. I will become self. I already removed the permission. Here, this is the use of manage role-based permission. Apart from that, we have other tools. That is manage role-based permission. Permission, group permission, roles, user permission and role search permission. Total, we have around 5 permissions. Any question? Coming to discuss further, we will go here and first of all, we will start with permission. Then we will go and see about the permission group. When you go into the permission role, how you will go into the permission role? We need to go to the admin center. How we went right? When we went into the admin center. After going into the admin center, we need to click on permission. Correct? After going into the permission role, we need to select the permission setting. After selecting the permission setting, when you click on the permission, you will find two things. One is user permission and one is administrative permission. Let me show parallelly here. When I go to the admin center, you can take permission role. I can select. Manage permission role. Is it here? And if you can manage permission role, and now you can see a lot of permissions. When you click on a certain permission, I will explain to you in the coming session. But when you click on the certain permission, what will happen? It will take you into a screen. Now you have name, description, permission settings and permission. Same thing I explained to you here. Permission settings. And under the same permission settings, you can see here permission settings. Under this you have a tab here, permission. When you click on this permission, it will take you to the two tabs. What is the two tabs? Admin stationary user permission, administrative and user permission. Same thing. I am just showing you administrative and user permission. In the administrative and user permission, you will find lot of categories will be there. The certain categories are there. These categories depends upon various modules. These various categories depends upon various modules like calibration. Then you have what you call performance management. Then you have compensation. All these categories are coming under the user permission and administrative permission. Whenever you want to give your permission to compensation, you have to go to that particular category. Whenever you want to give the permission to the calibration performance goal management, you have to go to that particular category. Every module category is divided, where it is divided in the user permission and the administrative permission. We have various categories under this user permission and administrative permission. Most commonly used categories, which is used for the employee related data. Those categories are divided into three parts. What are the three employee data? Employee central, effective data, and you have an employee view. These categories are used to control the permission which is related to the employee data. Whenever you want to do some controlling of the permission for the employee data, you will be going with any of these three permissions. Got it? That is employee data, employee view or effective data. Now to understand the employee data, effective data and employee view, we need to understand about the employee profile and the portlets. Let me go back into the system. Let me open an employee profile. Which is showing here. This top which you are seeing, this is what sections. Under each section, these are the subsections. What it is, these are the subsections. And each subsection will be having what it is called. What it is called? Portlet. Each subsection will be divided into portlets. And each portlet will be having some standard fields and the custom fields. Got it. Each subsection will be having some importance. Every portlet will be having some set of. Every portlet. This portlet will be having some setup behavior. What is the behavior? When you see some portlets, they have edit icon also. They have a history icon also. As a user, if I click on the history, I can able to view the record of the history record. right? Time to time, what are the changes which has been done? Correct. Now you can see somebody has created the record, then on June Cement, then later on somebody again do some changes. A new record will be created here. Whenever you can able to create multiple records and that records can be maintained. That type of a portlet is called as a effective dated portlet. What it is called? Effective dated portlet. Effective dated portlet defines the history of multiple records. That portlet can able to maintain the history. Got. Now you can see for the first line information, the history can be maintained. The history can be maintained here for the first line information. Now if I go to any other portlet, let me take biographic. When you go and see biographic is, do we have any history portlet there? Do we have any history portlet? No, only edit is there. Because edit purpose this is. This type of a portlet is known as a non-effective dated portlet. What it is called? Non-effective. Non-effective. The portlet which cannot able to maintain the history. That type of a portlet is known as a non-effective. Non-effective dated portlet. What is a non-effective portlet? Suppose if I am going here and I am making some changes, what will happen? Is it able to maintain the history? No, because there is no option of maintaining the history. It will just overwrite it, right? Correct. It will just overwrite it. You cannot have the old record right, the record will be overwritten, correct. In this case, this type of a portlet is known as a non-effective dated portlet. Effective dated portlet, where we can maintain the history. If I take some other example, let us take contact information. In contact information also used, you see there is no record, right? History record. Option is not there. This type of a portlet is again what it is called, where the history is not there. Non-effective dated portlet. What type of a portlet? Non-effective dated. If the history is there, then it is a effective dated. No. Effective dated portlet. Got it? That these two we need to understand. After that, when we go into the employee data, when you go and see employee data, what employee data says specifies here, it manages to access all the non-effective dated portlets. Employee data covers what? Employee data category covers only the non-effective dated portlets. Non-effective dated portlets means you can able to only maintain the edit option. You cannot maintain it will overwrite it, right? All the fields which are there in the non-effective dated portlet, that is coming under which category? Employee data, non-effective dated. Got. Whenever you want to make any changes to a non-effective dated fields, we need to go to the employee data. And whenever you want to there, they have only two options. You can able to view, you can able to have an edit option. You can have a view, you can have an edit option. Edit option. Effective dated means you can maintain the history, right? You can maintain the history. It manages to access the effective dated fields and the actions. What it says? It maintains the effective dated fields. When you go here into the system, when you go into pass by information, this is effective dated right. When you go into job information, this is also effective dated right. When you click on here, you can see the history right. What are history is being created correct. This now effective dated portlet all these fields employee, class, event, region, all these things can be. Permissions can be maintained from where? You can maintain it from the effective dated portlet. This all are the categories which I am saying. When it goes, it manages all access to the effective dated fields and other actions. We can grant, we can view history, edit, insert, correct and delete permissions. We can grant view current history. You can see here when I go back into the system. You can see here we can have edit option, delete option, insert new record. All these options are coming. Why these options are coming? Because we are given this access to in the effective rated. Got? We can grant the view history, edit, insert, correct and delete permissions. When you give this permissions, those buttons will be applicable there. Those buttons will be showing there. Got? Any question? No. Now you have an employee view. Employee view means what? It enables what it says. It enables the view. It enables the view. Access to the people profile, employee profile. Sections in the employee file. It only gives you the visibility of the section. These are the sections, right? These are the sections. What employee can see up to which section, manager can see up to which section. That is controlled from where it is controlled from the employee view. Suppose if employee should only view up to this, one compensation, other payroll and everything should be accessible from the manager, not for the employee. In that case, how the permissions can be controlled for the view sections from here? Employee view. Got? Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.